Mirepoix, onions, carrots, and celery. These are the three aromatics that form the basic trio behind French and Italian cooking, two of the most widely covered cuisines in American culture, and a great place to start learning some basic knife cuts. Celery. So first we're gonna cut it in half to make it easier to handle. Line up the halves. Move your knife to about how thick you want the pieces, maybe half an inch thick or so. Keep the tip down, and with the rocking motion and your hand in place, just slice down. Move over, slice down, move over, slice down, repeat ad infinitum. That's celery, pretty basic. For carrot, now you're gonna wanna peel this first and foremost. You're gonna start by cutting off the ends and throwing them away. Now, there's a couple different ways to do this. You could just cut little pieces off straight like this. If you're cutting carrots for a stew and need them to be bigger or have more surface area, then you could do this. You could turn your knife at an angle and cut, then turn the carrot, cut, turn, etc., so on and so forth. For smaller pieces, you can cut the carrot in half. Carefully now with your hand on top of the knife to help, and that kind of gives you a flat base to work with. Cut, 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 cut. You can also julienne or matchstick cut them. Start by making flat surfaces along the sides of the piece of carrot by slicing off thin little strips on the ends, and then cutting them into thin slices. Then stack those slices and slice those into little matchsticks. Even matchsticks. I think I need a little bit more practice at this. Obviously, the thinner your slices, the finer your matchsticks in case you, I don't know, wanted to start a carrot-based fire or something. Dicing and onions. See this? This is the root end. You want to cut this as little as possible. Flip it over to the stem side and then cut that off so that you have a flat surface for a bit of a base. Starting at the root end, you're going to cut the onion in half. You're going to cut one half at a time. I'm going to demonstrate with this one. Now that it's cut, you can go ahead and peel it. First thing that we're gonna do is cut parallel this way. There's two different ways for you to do this. Chop onions, the pieces will be bigger, so you only wanna cut across here once. If you're dicing the onion, you wanna make two cuts here and here. It all depends on how big you want your final pieces, really. Place your hand on top, out of the way of the blade, and then gradually slice across, moving your knife back and forth and letting the sharp blade do the work. Now you don't want to slice all the way through. Stop when you're about 3/4 of the way across. Do it again on the bottom because we're dicing this onion. Face the root end away from you. We're gonna make cuts 3/4 of the way down the other length. Again, you want it to remain together, so we're not gonna start here, we're gonna start here. Make these little 3/4 cuts all the way down the onion. And finally, when you've done that, grip the onion carefully and turn the whole thing this way. Now you're gonna wanna take the knife and do the same slicing motion you've been doing before. If the knife has to come off the board a little bit, that's fine. Just go all the way across and make sure that you're holding the knife and your fingers correctly so that onion is the only thing you're cutting. Ta-da! Diced onion. It takes a little bit of practice, I'm not gonna lie, but I believe in you, you can do it.